Hi everyone, welcome back to the next video on this channel. Today we are going to conduct quiz number 2 and the topic for the quiz is Orchestrator. Before we directly jump into the quiz, first of all thank you so much for providing us so much of positive response on the first quiz which we have conducted on the channel. The topic of the quiz was basic of UiPath. In case you missed the quiz, I'll put the link in the description and you can refer that. Having said that, I have been receiving a response that we should conduct a quiz on the orchestrator. So here it is. So let's get started. First of all, we will just look at the rules that what exactly we have to do. So there would be total 15 questions and the question will be on the basics of the orchestrator. There would be 15 seconds to answer each question. So how would the 15 seconds be evaluated? At the bottom of the screen, you will have a timer, which as you can see is running in the bottom. So this is a 15-second timers. You would have 15 seconds to answer each question. And what happens after 15 seconds? The correct answer will be automatically displayed on the screen. The correct answer will be highlighted in green. So as an audience, the expectation is you can simply comment your answer for each question, or at the end, just simply comment the total score of the quiz. That would be out of the 15 question, how much you got. Okay, so all the best for the quiz. And here is what is coming on the screen is question number 1 for the quiz. Which is not a capacity of orchestrator? I'll repeat the question. Which is not a capacity of orchestrator? Provisioning the robot, deployment of package, monitoring of the processes, or development of the code. And the time starts now. Which is not a capability of orchestrator, that which means that which of the below ABCD options orchestrator is not capable of doing. I hope you got the answer, and the correct answer is development of the code. Why? Because for the development of the code, UiPath has something which is called the UiPath Studio. In UiPath Orchestrator, we do provisioning, deployment, monitoring, but not the development of the code. I hope you got this answer right. Let me jump to the next question. Options available while a job is running in the orchestrator. So this means that a job is already triggered and is running in the jobs pane in the orchestrator. What all options do we have? Stop, kill, both stop and kill, or terminate. Okay, so I hope you got the question. What are the options available while running a job in the orchestrator? And the timer has started. Stop, kill, stop and kill, or terminate. So this we have to tell that options available while running the job in the orchestrator. I hope you got the answer. And the correct answer is stop and kill. So whenever a job is running in the orchestrator, we have two options. One is called the stop and the other one is called the kill. Stop will gracefully close the bot. That means you should have a should stop activity being used in a replication. Kill will directly terminate the process. So you don't have any options called terminate. You have two options when the job is running, which is called the stop and the kill. Okay, let's move to question number 3, which is not a type of trigger in orchestrator. So we have different type of triggers available in orchestrator. Triggers are basically used to schedule the robots or the processes. So the options are time trigger, queue trigger, unattended trigger, or both A and B. So which is not a type of trigger? The timer has started now. So which is not a type of trigger in orchestrator? Option A, B, C, or option number D. I hope you got the answer right. Let us just wait for the answer to come up. And the correct answer is unattended trigger. We do not have any trigger called unattended. We have triggers called time trigger and the queue trigger. Okay, so I hope you got this right. Let me go to next question, that is question number 4. What is the extension of the packet being pushed to orchestrator? So whenever we complete the development of the project, we deploy the packet from the studio to the orchestrator. Now what is the extension of that packet? It's .nupkg, it's .exe, .pckg, or .zip. Okay, you have 15 seconds to answer the question. Extension of the packet pushed to the orchestrator. So what is the extension of the packet whenever it is pushed to the orchestrator? And the correct answer is NUPKG, that is called the nugget package. So whenever we deploy a packet from studio to orchestrator, the extension of the packet is the NUPKG. That means it's a nugget package. It's not exe, zip, or .pckg. Now coming up on the screen is question number 5, which says status of the queue item processed with the get transaction item. So in our code we have used an activity called the get transaction item. So what happens whenever the get transaction activity picks an item from the queue? What is the status of the queue item whenever that queue item is processed with the help of get transaction item? Is it new? Is it in progress? Is it successful, or is it running? So we have an activity called get transaction item. What status is of the queue item? So we have to tell the status of the queue item. Okay, so the correct answer is in progress, which means that whenever the bot is running and the get transaction item will fetch the queue item from the queue item status will change to in progress. It would not be new, successful, or running. The status of the item will be in progress whenever the get transaction items get a queue item from the queue. I hope you are enjoying the quiz. If that is so, hit the like button and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having said that, here on the screen is question number 6, which says which items are marked as abandoned after 24 plus hours. So there is a status which is abandoned. So which item are marked as abandoned after 24 hours? Is it the in progress item, the failed item, the retried items, or all the items are marked as abandoned after 24 hours? So these are all the status of the queues. So which status are marked as abandoned? Okay, so the correct answer is option number A. So all the items whose status is in progress are marked as abandoned after 24 plus hours. Only this happens for the items which status is on in progress. The failed and retried items are not marked as abandoned. I hope you got this right. Let me go to the next question, that is question number 7. Okay, so to have the auto retry mechanism in the queue, which field is set to yes? I want to have a automatic retry mechanism in my queue, in the orchestrator queue. So which field should be set to yes? Option A, max number of retries, unique reference, unique key, or auto retry. And the timer has started. Let us see if you can get it correct. To have the auto retry mechanism in the queue, which field is set to yes? The correct answer is you have to set the property called auto retry. So in case you want to have the auto retry mechanism in the queue, we should have the property called auto retry set to yes while creating the queue. Okay, I hope you are enjoying the quiz. Let me go to the next question, that is question number 8. What type of robots can be scheduled in orchestrator? So I have to schedule robots. So now carefully understand the question. It is what type of robots can be scheduled in orchestrator? Attended, unattended, both attended and unattended robots, or none of the above. Okay, so what type of robots can be scheduled in orchestrator? Okay, so you have 15 seconds to give me the answer. Is it the attended robots, unattended robots, both attended and unattended, or none of the above? So the correct answer is we can only schedule unattended robots in orchestrator. That means that whenever we schedule a process, only unattended robots will be available to run it. You cannot schedule attended robots with the help of Orchestrator. Okay, now moving to the next question, that is question number 9. Which is not a storage provider in a storage bucket? So in UiPath, we have something called UiPath storage bucket, that is a feature of Orchestrator, and there are several providers. The question is, which is not a storage provider? IBM, Mini IO, Amazon S3, or the Azure? So we have to tell which is not a storage provider. Is it A, IBM, B, Mini IO, C, Amazon, or D, Azure? And the correct answer is IBM. We do not have any storage provider called IBM. We have Minio, we have Amazon S3, we have Azure Storage, but we do not have something called IBM. In case you want to know more about storage buckets, you can always go to docs.uipath.com and read more about the storage buckets. Okay, let us go to the next question, that is question number 10. For unhandled exception during the execution, the job status would be. So you are executing a job and there is an unhandled exception. That means the exception was not handled anywhere during the process or during the during the coding or during the development. The exception is unhandled. So such an exception has occurred when the job is running from the orchestrator. So what would happen to the job status? It would be terminating, faulted, stopped, or suspended. I hope you got the question, that there is an unhandled exception which has occurred when the job was running from orchestrator. Now once it has occurred, what would be the job status? And the correct answer is it would be faulted. So whenever you have an unhandled exception that is coded during the development and that unhandled exception is thrown in the orchestrator while the job is running, the job status will be marked as faulted. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying the quiz. Let me just go to the next question, which is question number 11. Time trigger can be set for duration. So we have time triggers and we have queue triggers. Time triggers is something that where we can specify a particular time. Now the question is, what exactly is the duration? Is it minutes? Is it hourly? Is it weekly? Or is it all of the above? The timer has started. So the question is, time trigger can be set for duration of minutes, hourly, weekly, or all of the above. It means that minutes, hourly, weekly, we can schedule it for any time. And the correct answer is all of the above. That means that the time trigger can be set for the duration of minutes, hourly, and weekly. Okay, I hope you got this question correct. Let me go to the next question, that is question number 12. Okay, so I have to provision a bot that I have to run on 10th, 15th, 20th, and 25th of every month. So there is a process you have developed and deployed it on Orchestrator. Now the requirement is you have to run it on 10th, 15th, 20, and 25. So what are the options you have? Option number A, it is not possible to schedule such kind of, it is not possible to have such kind of schedule. Option number B, go for a manual trigger. That means that you come to Orchestrator on 10th, 15th, 20, and 25th and trigger the bot. Option number C is that you have to use a regex or a link queue query. Or option number D, that you have to use a cron expression. So I'll just repeat the question, that I have to schedule a bot that should run only on 10th, 15th, 20, and 25th of every month. So my bot should run only on these 4 days, 10th, 15th, 20, and 25th. Which option should I select? First option, it is not possible. Second option, manual trigger. Third option, use link queue or regex. And the option number D is using the cron expression. So how would the scheduling work? And the correct answer is using the cron expression. So what exactly is a cron expression? So whenever we schedule a process in the orchestrator, we have two options, the time trigger and the queue trigger. So in the time trigger, as we have seen in the previous options, we have specific things, right? But if I have to schedule anything on a timely basis that is not covered, there is an advanced options which is available, and that advanced option you have to use a cron expression. In case you want to know more about the cron expression, there is a dedicated video available on the channel which says that how to use the cron expression in advanced scheduling, and that will give you each and every information on how to use cron expression. In case you guessed the answer correctly, congratulations. And let's move to next question, that is question number 13, that how to stop a bot from running on holidays. So I have to provision a bot and I have to stop the bot from running on holidays. Let's say first of every year, that is the new year, or 25th December, Christmas. So how do I stop the bot from running on holidays? Let us see the options. The first one is the non working day restriction. The second one is code holiday while development. This means that you hard code all the dates while during the development, and you put all the dates whenever you are developing the process, and you simply say if it is first of January, don't run the process. If it's 25th of December, don't run the process, and you code it in the development. Okay. Option number C, let the bot run and then kill the job. So we just wait for the bot to run on the 1st and the 25th, and then we go to the orchestrator and then we kill the job. And the option number D, which says that it is not possible at all. So I hope you got the answer. You have 15 seconds to answer the question, and the question was, I want to stop a bot from running on holidays. So how would I do the same with the help of orchestrator? A, B, C, or D? And the correct answer is by applying something which is called the non-working day restriction. So this is a provision which is available in orchestrator where you can specify all the non-working days. So you have a calendar which is presented in the orchestrator. You will mark all the holidays there, and the bot will not work on those days. The other three options B, C, and D are incorrect. I hope you get this right. And let me just go to the next question, that is question number 14. Okay, so to troubleshoot faulted processes, we have the recording options available in Orchestrator. So whenever the process is running in an unattended mode, there is a new provision which is provided by Orchestrator that you have a recording option. Now once the recording is available, there should be something, a maximum duration, right? So the question is, what is the maximum duration of recording options for fault processes? Is it 60 seconds, 5 minutes, 180 seconds, or 120 seconds? So the question is, to troubleshoot the faulted processes, we have an options called recording. Now, what is the maximum duration of recording I can have with UiPath Orchestrator? A, B, C, or D? And the correct option is 120 second. That means that the maximum duration for the recording option is 120 seconds. Okay, so I hope you are getting the questions right and you would have the scores ready, because the next is coming up is the last question for the quiz. Okay, so here it goes. For the transaction reference to be unique in the queue, what do we use? So I have to make a queue, and I want that all the references should be unique. That means I do not want anything duplicate in my queue. What do I use? Unique reference, primary key, primary reference, or the unique key. The 15-second timer has started. So I'll repeat the question. To make a transaction reference unique in a queue, what do we use? Unique reference, primary key, primary reference, or unique key? And the correct answer is we use something called unique reference. So for any transaction, if you want to make it unique, we use the unique reference. there is nothing called primary reference or unique key in Orchestrator. Primary key is a concept which is available in databases. So in terms of Orchestrator queues, we would have to use a property which is called the unique references. Okay, so that was the last question for the quiz. I hope you got the questions correct. Thank you for watching. If you are watching till here, then please comment your score and let me know how many answers you got correct, which all you got wrong, and let me know what topic should we pick for the next part. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel and happy automation.